Everyone, Japaji here with another video. This one is a case one recovery training video. So I've been doing circuits using Bankler's case one recovery, and the new beta release that DCS just put out broke it. Basically, it broke certain trigger types are not triggering in the mission file. So reached out to Bankler on the forum, and there's a bunch of people complaining about it. He put out a test mission to see if his fix action fixed it. And so I jumped into the jet to test it out, and foreshadowing here, I probably had the best landing I've ever had, which is why we're going to share this watching this video together. I'm going to share this with you and kind of review it and hopefully show you what a case one recovery is kind of supposed to look like, minus some errors here, and something that I can duplicate on more than one occasion. So let's go ahead, we'll jump into it, and we'll take a look at the track file together. Oh, not, I already saved it. Watch track. So yeah, as this is loading up, I got to tell you, like when I hit that landing, everything just felt smooth and great. It was spectacular. So here we are jumping in the Hornet in air. We'll get our views all kind of set up here. I got to turn down the volume on my end a little bit. Okay, there we go. And you can see up in the upper right corner, we did get an alert that the grading is working. Now, I did not call into Mother and do a proper communication, so the game itself didn't grade me, but Bankler's mission file did. Go ahead and drop the hook. Now to review, we're got to be at 800 feet, 350 knots passing the boat. At about a mile past the boat, we're going to do our brake turn, and I'll show you how I do those. I kind of do them a little smooth, probably not a shit hot brake turn, but I do my brake turns effectively. And while you're doing your brake turn, you want to maintain 800 feet during the brake, and you get graded on that twice, early and late. And then when you're downwind, you want to be 1.1 to 1.5 miles away from the boat, or 1.3 miles away from the boat, I think is what it is, at 600 feet on speed, angle of attack. And you get 11 points for that. And then when you see the round down the back of the boat, there, we just checked out the deck there, and it was clear, so that's good. Then we turn in and land. So here we're coming up to our brake turn at almost a mile. We did get 4 out of 4 points for 350, 800 knots. So I kind of do this about maybe 60-degree bank, kind of maintaining the velocity vector on the horizon, put out the speed brakes or the boards, and just kind of pull back gently on the stick or release pressure on the stick to maintain 800 feet. So you can see we got 4 out of 4 on that first on altitude early in brake, and then as we get late in brake, there we are, another 4 out of 4 points there. So now we can start descending to about 600 feet and rolling out at 1.1 nautical miles away from the boat, which is in the lower right corner of the right DDI. It shows that. And then here we come. Now we're going to trim for on-speed AOA and descend to 600 feet. So as we're doing that, right here is the distance from the course line. So this is the course line here. So we're 1.1 nautical miles at 174 degrees, which is the reciprocal course of the boat. So now we're going to take a look. We're about to get graded here. There we are, 11 out of 11 points. So far, we're acing this pattern, which is awesome. Now, at this point, I get a little tweaked here and forget, like I was getting crazy here, but we losing 10 points on this because we were too long downwind. I got a little nervous because I was doing such a good job. I did some pilot-induced oscillation there. But we're going to get back in our heads and back in the game, and we're descending here. We want it to be about 500 feet at the 90. There's 500 feet. There's the 90, and there's 7 out of 7 points for that. So we did really good. Now we're going to look to our left, kind of try to line up our bank turn to line up perfectly with the runway, as well as we got 7 out of 7 points for that on altitude on the wake and on speed. So here's you can see I'm a little shallow or a little tight on that turn, so I'm going to level out my wings, come off to the right a little bit, maintaining the ball in the center there, lining up for the runway, maintaining AOA. So looking at the ball, looking at lineup, looking at AOA, looking at the ball, looking at lineup, looking at AOA, and trying to put our velocity vector right on the crotch of the ship. And then as we get close, we'll put the velocity vector on the line. But I did that too early, and you can see we lined up a little left, maxing out the score on the way there. Lost 1 point for being drifting slightly left, caught the 3-wire, and man, that felt amazing. That was awesome. And look at that, 62 out of 75 points. Now, we were long in the groove, and we were long, drifted slightly left, and we lost 10 points for being long downwind. So if we didn't do the long downwind and did everything else the same, we would have gotten 72 out of 75 points. That's nearly perfect. And let me tell you, that felt amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun practicing with Bankler's Case 1 Recovery Trainer. It's an amazing mission, and I know the community loves it. And many thanks to Bankler for putting it together and working so diligently to get it fixed with the new beta release so we can keep doing our cycles and get graded on it. And I don't know, with the new release, I think you did something and my flying's a little bit better. But so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this good example, because there's very few that I can provide of a Case 1 recovery. So thanks for watching. Bye.